The agenda is, first of all, we'll introduce you the COLEAD and the Market Insight departments. I will do it. Then we'll have this mango sector study made by Alexandra Welford and the opportunity for food products, also possibility for mango waste processing. And then we will have Q&A questions during 5 minutes. Right. Let's start for a presentation, a quick presentation of COLEAD. For those who don't know how COLEAD is, Committee Linking Entrepreneurship Agricultural Development. Yes, thank you. It's a private non-profit professional association. It has exists for 50 years. We are celebrating the 50th anniversary this year, and was called COLEAD CP until last year. It offers a network of companies, professional organizations, and experts committed to inclusive and sustainable agriculture. COLEAD is a toolkit that designs, manages, and implements development programs. It offers tools, expertise, and capacity buildings in the agri-food sector for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. Our vision is to help them. Sorry, I have to, to put in silence. Our vision is to help people grow by supporting current generation of economic actors in the agriculture and food system. Our mission is to facilitate and implement activities through different programs that directly or indirectly increase the contribution of agricultural sectors to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. Our actions include enabling smallholders, farmers group and organization and MSMEs to access national, regional, and international markets in compliance with sanitary and phytosanitary issues and market requirements with a sustainable framework. At this, all this, by bridging the gap between the public and private sectors. We are active in more than 50 countries located in sub-Saharan Africa, the Caribbean, and the Pacific in the fresh fruit and vegetable sector. And recently, in more countries, it's about altogether 143 countries in agri-food sectors, covering other sectors than fruit and veg. And for more information, we invite you to read the slides more carefully or to go on our website. The next slide. We will talk about the resource center that COLEAD proposed. It was built to facilitate access to digital resources developed over the past 15 years. Most of them are open access, others are on demand, and others reserved for members and beneficiaries of COLEAD programs. For instance, the business self-assessment system, after applying for support or by becoming a member. On this slide, you will find links to some topics that you can activate, such as, for instance, electronic library. You could find guides, commercial and technical publication, and also publication made by the Market Insight departments. You have the e-learning platform. It is a training platform, allowing you to self-assess and freely access a set of modules corresponding to your needs and covering a lot of thematics, such as sustainable environment, sustainable agriculture and protection of biodiversity, private standards and good production practices, etc. And I leave you to discover that. Statistics is an interesting a part of this research center, and the Market Insight department is there to update it. Is statistics on data and on agricultural production, trade, and custom notification compiled in this interactive dashboard. You have also information and regulations through our program called AgriInfo. And as I mentioned to you, the self-assessment system for the activities and management of the organization, designed to promote a continuous improvement of business management. And finally, news on the events and updates on COLEAD activities. Next slide. Now we will talk about the approach of the COLEAD activity, COLEAD implementation of activity implementation. We have COLEAD takes an holistic approach in the development of its program Fit for Markets Plus program, but also for other programs, which is based on 3 pillars. The Market Insights department itself is a component of the first pillar, market access on your left. And the other components of this pillar is research, innovation, brokerage, and the monitoring of the changes in regulation and standards. The second pillar is the strengthening of value chain through the delivery of technical assistance and training online and in the field. And the third pillar is the enhancement of the impacts of action and support services through networks and alliances and access to finance. Network and alliances, maybe some of you attended to the webinars organized by this department on the innovation series with PAFO, and also promoting success stories, companies in the Caribbean action or activity were implemented with IICA in the Caribbean. Now, the next slide, just a few words on the presentation of the market analysis, market insight departments. The department currently consists of 4 people at this moment. We use a network of independent experts, but also the expertise of our members. We collect data and cross-reference it, which is each other, store it on a dedicated platform that allows us to create interactive dashboards. We follow the news of the agri-food sectors and share the information and analysis collected at trade fairs, but also via social networks. And we produce publications and reports covering the different aspects of trade and value chains that we have been presented this year in different webinars. We transform these data into analysis and actions, in particular through our business development support activity, by supporting companies in accessing new markets, international market, but also local and regional market by meeting new customers or suppliers. This is a real summary of our activities, and now we are going to the point of our webinar, which is the presentation of the study. And I give the floor to Alexandra Wolfram, who is a project officer for this presentation.
Okay, thank you very much, Denis, for this introduction. Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra, and I'm indeed also part of the Market Insights department. So let's get into the topic of today's webinar, which is the mango sector study, as we call it, on mango processing. So to give you a little bit of context, like Denis mentioned, at Market Insights, we are trying to gather information, collect information to try to assess opportunities, potential opportunities, and to give like actionable insights to you. So that's what we try to do with this study. We called it a sector study because we are working on different mango products. We're focusing on processing here. And so that's why we call it sector study. So you can see on the slide now the different products that we studied, we analyzed for this study. There is 6 products that we categorize into the food products, and then 3 products that are more made from mango waste. So that's how we kind of categorize them. But those are the 9 products studied, which means that for each of them, you have a standalone chapter that is available for free on the COLEAD e-library. So altogether they form the mango study, but each of them are available separately. If you want information on one specific product, if you are wondering if you can or what can you do if you want to start a business on one of those products, or if you want to improve, you can go check it out to see what type of information you can get from them. I also encourage you to use the chat if you have any questions during the presentation and you want more details or anything like that. You can write your questions in the chat And like Denis mentioned at the beginning, we will either answer them directly or at the end during the Q&A session. Okay, so to assess the opportunities in each of those reports, to try to understand what potential opportunities are there, we answered those 3 questions that you see here, which is if there's an opportunity, for which product is it, for which market, and using which technology. And to answer those 3 questions, we looked at the various topics. So you can see here, we looked at market demand, we looked at supply, we looked at the ingredients for success, we made some economic analysis, and we summarized everything into a table showing the issues and opportunities for each product. So we can see, like, is there an opportunity? If there is, what is it? For which product? What's the size? What are the competition? What are the viable customers? How do you reach them? What technology is required, etc. And then we look at the ingredients for success, which is the key points that you should master to be able to turn this opportunity into reality. Like it can also be the points of attention, what you need to focus on for those specific products. Each report actually contains a wide range of information on market demand, supply, etc., like I just said. So if you want information on one of the specific points that you see here, for example, you can look for it in each chapter because this is what you can find in them. So you know also if you're interested, for example, in dried mango, then if you're looking for one of the items that you see here on the slide, then you should go check it out in the chapter in the e-library. So let's get into it. Today we're going to focus in 17 insights. So 17 facts, 17 pieces of information that we discovered throughout the analysis and that we are sharing with you today. So obviously there's a lot more than 17 interesting things from the study, but with the time that we have today, that's what we're going to focus on. But again, if you want more, you should see the full chapter. We're going to start with the food products opportunities. If you remember at the beginning, I showed the products that we studied in the mango sector study, and you have 6 products that are in the food product category. You see them again here on the slide. So it's dried mango, which is a snack. You have mango pulp or mango puree, used more like in juices, yogurt, desserts. Then you have the IQF or frozen mango. It can be used in fruit salad, but also in yogurts, for example, to add texture compared to pulp. It's something that is mostly used in top of the range products or in the catering industry. Then we have the fresh cut mango. It's a very fresh and high quality product. We see then the pickle, mango pickles, and mango vinegar. That is used as any other vinegar. So the first thing you see here is maybe you're wondering whether mango pickles and mango vinegar aren't actually made from mango waste. Well, if you're wondering that, you're not alone, and this leads us to our first insight. No, actually, mango pickles and vinegar are not made from mango waste. Mango pickle is made from immature, low-fiber mangoes, such as Kent, and this makes the pickle less rubbery. It also means that choosing a less fibrous mango is sort of an opportunity cost because you will have to harvest earlier, so then it's not possible to harvest those mangoes for fresh mango or mango pulp. Regarding vinegar, so mango vinegar can be made from mangoes, technically. However, when we did the economic analysis, we realized that it's most likely that mango vinegar will be made from a cheaper vinegar, such as apple vinegar, and then will be mixed with mango pulp. So this is what happens mostly for mango vinegar. to understand the opportunities, to assess the opportunities and to understand the markets, we looked at the market trends and what market trends could boost the demand or decrease the demand. And that leads us to insight number 2, 3, and 4. So the first thing for the first market trend is that the search for healthy exotic foods is a driver of growth. European consumers are actually looking for the healthy exotic flavor of mango. It explains the long-term growth of these types of flavor. But it also means that the closer to fresh the mango is, the better, because consumers are looking for healthy products, natural products. So they want something as fresh as possible. And what does it mean for our product that we studied here? It means that for the dried mango and the same for the frozen mango, it has to look, taste, and smell like the real thing. Regarding mango pulp, it means this trend means that more and more people want less things from concentrates. So they want more and more pulp instead of concentrates in their juices, in their juice, in their smoothies, etc. So that can be a really good opportunity for pulp. Then the next trend that we discovered, is that declining disposable income is slowing down the growth. So obviously that's the reality, unfortunately, for many consumers, is the decline in disposable income. So luxury products are suffering and no longer bought up as regularly as before. It means that for a product top of the range snacks, such as dried mango or fresh juices and smoothies, they need to have affordable prices. That's going to be very important for the consumer. And then insight number 4, food safety and sustainability credentials are a foundation of trade. So we know that restrictions are getting tighter and tighter. So food safety is really the foundation of the trade. And sustainable development and sustainability claims and credentials are increasingly important too. But what opportunities are there for the products we are studying in those food products? So for dried mango, if you are able to supply regionally to fill an annual calendar and to be able to supply all year round, it's a big bonus. And if you're a small producer, it's also an opportunity to work with an exporter who wants to fill his container, because filling a container fully is really one of the challenges. Regarding mango pulp, as we've seen, not from concentrates is a growing trend. However, it's a competitive market. There's already major producers and exporters. It's also good to know that at regional level, you have the bottlers that still use a lot of concentrates, but they buy them from global suppliers. So maybe you can create a value proposition for regional bottlers to use regional pulp instead of global concentrates. Regarding the fresh cut, there's still big opportunities, particularly for air freight. And regarding IQF, so the IQF cubes and slices of mango are in demand, especially in the catering sector, like I mentioned before. So if you are able to supply a high quality frozen mango and master the operational realities, we will talk about those a little bit later, then there is definitely a demand. So however, to succeed in those opportunities, you need to be aware of a few ingredients for success. So let's start with our first product, dried mango. So firstly, it's technically quite challenging because the market for air-dried mango is actually slowing down and more technical dryers are being used, which increases the cost. You also have more and more suppliers each year, so that makes the buyer have more, weight to expect more. So they continue to expect, of course, quality, reliability, and food safety from beginning to end. And what does it mean for you? It means that you have to have a very professional factory. You have to ensure the quality of your product, to master technical skills and sources of supply so that you can be a reliable supplier and meet the orders. You need to make sure to fill the containers, like I mentioned at the beginning. You have to fill up containers with the right quality, etc. You can also consider becoming a supplier to the region's largest exporters. What else can you offer? It's also something that can be an advantage for you if you diversify. Maybe you can offer other vegetables, fruit, chilies, etc. Regarding our second product, which is mango pulp, the most important thing about it is that you have to know that you are either a bottler or a pulp maker. Those two businesses are very different. If bottling is all about branding and distribution, at the end of the day, if you're a bottler, you are competing with Coca-Cola, water brands, etc. So you need excellent distribution and marketing. Inside number 6, the mango pulp market is now relatively mature. There's a lot of supply coming from South America, Southeast Asia, or Africa. Thanks to this amount of supply, buyers can be very demanding because they have the options. So that's also why over the years, HACCP certification has become a standard requirement. So you need to think about how you're going to differentiate yourself. What other advantages will you offer to attract buyers? It's a good thing that the juice market is actually a lot about innovation and novelty. So as a seller, you have the opportunity to use new claims to your advantage. Can you offer different bricks information, new varieties, a specific window in the calendar, or maybe claims about the health benefits of your product? Maybe the number of hours of sunshine that allowed each fruit to ripen. These type of things can be at your advantage and differentiate yourself. So one thing's for sure, the last point here is that if you have a strategic partner, it's easier to break into the market because then you actually, you know exactly what the industry is asking for and you can propose a very relevant product. Regarding our frozen mango, or RQF mango. So the most important thing for frozen mango is that the startup costs are very high because IQF technology can cost up to 1.1 million of euros for a line in China and 1.6 million euros for a line in the EU. So with such a huge level of startup investment, you need to operate on a large scale to hope to get a return on your investments. So you need to be at full capacity 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and all year round. The second problem with this technology is that it's not a stop-start technology. IQF equipment works best continuously to avoid a deep cleaning each time you stop, which can increase your costs and affect your profitability. So those elements bring us to insight number 8. How are you going to keep this equipment operational? It's critical to master sourcing and your season-by-season product line. Do you have enough mango in mango season to fill in at full capacity your equipment? Do you have other vegetables or fruit that you can freeze out of mango season? It's also why you see a lot of innovation in this sector. When you see IQF snacks or IQF candies, it's because actually the big frozen food companies, they are also trying to find ways to stay at full capacity all year round. Our last product for this food category is the fresh cut. So the fresh cut market is very promising. It's still a big opportunity. But it's important to know that to succeed here, you really need to master the operational side. So it's actually an operating company that transports mango. And it's the same for other fresh cut fruits. In fact, in the end, the fresh cut is actually a retailer's product. You are an extension of the retailer because you use the retailer's packaging, you actually become part of their supply chain. And because the retailer doesn't want to work with many different suppliers, especially for perishable products like cut mango, you don't have like a supply window. You need to ensure it's all year round. So you will become actually a coordinator of supplies throughout the year. There's still, of course, expectations in terms of quality, freshness, food safety, and reliability that are essentials. And finally, for this product, because you're an extension of the retailer, you need to have first-rate customer management and account management. You also need to have people close to the retailer to build relationship. So this concludes our section on food products opportunities. And I will go to the next section, which is on opportunities for processing mango waste. So if you remember, we only have 3 products for this part, so bear with me. It's a little bit quicker. Before I continue on this topic, let me ask you a question. How much waste do you think is created by dried mango exports each year? So try to think of a number, of a percentage. Try to see it in your mind. In your opinion, how much waste do you think is created by dried mango exports each year? Okay, so I will just give you the answer now. In 2022, there was around 5,000 tons of dried mango exported from Africa to the EU. To create those 5,000 tons of dried mango, there was 75,000 tons of fresh mango used. And of those 75,000 tons, around half of it were actually became waste. So in waste, we include seeds, skin, bad mangoes, pieces of mangoes that are not used, etc. What do you do with this? How do you add value to it? Before I continue, it's important to remember that actually efficient processing industries are naturally circular because they use all categories of fruit. You will use, in the case of mango, you will use the best fruit, the category A fruit, for exports, then the category B for dried mango, then the next category of fruit for pulp, for example. So it's already kind of a waste utilization. And the more efficiently we can connect the various producers and processors, the better. So again, if you remember at the beginning, I showed the 3 products that are in this category of products made from mango waste. We have the compost, that is something in demand, for example, from pig farmers, but others also, organic producers, for the health of the soil, etc. Then we have the briquettes, mango briquettes. They offer alternatives to wood and solutions in the event of a poor cut. And finally, we are analyzing mango butter that uses the natural oils for the cosmetic industry. And just like for the food product, we started by looking at the market trends. What actually in the market trends, consumer trends, can boost or be against the demand for those products. And doing that, we actually realized that there is no market trend that is actually working against those 3 products. So there's likely to be a demand for them. You can see that, for example, organic farming, you have the increasing interest for soil health, the energy poverty issues, and the use of vegetable oils in cosmetic that is growing. So it shows that there is likely a demand for those products. But what are the ingredients for success to actually use those opportunities and turn them into reality? So for the compost, it's the first thing to know is that for mango compost, it requires aerobic techniques, which means on the surface. Because mango decomposition is acidic, which is not great for soils that are already acidic. So it's better to use windrows, like you can see here on the image, than to dig pits. Insight number 12, compost is easy to make, but good compost requires balanced techniques and recipes. You need to choose the right ingredients. You can create a compost that will be rich enough to reduce the dependence on inorganic fertilizer, for example. And if you need any of those recipes, you can check it out in our chapter, because there are some that are given there if you're interested in trying that out. So the last thing to think about when you want to do a composting business is that you need to think about what you're going to create to have it run all year round. What will you do outside of mango season? Can you use rice husks, manure, cashew shells, other vegetable waste, etc.? Regarding briquettes, so briquettes can be made. There is a demand for briquette, and there's some business models for small briquette producing companies that are existing. However, you need to think about how you would be drying the seeds during the wet season. Because if you are drying them when you harvest mango and it's the rainy season, you need to know how to do that. Because if you cannot do it drying them in the sun, if it's difficult to do that, then if you need to use technical dryers to dry the seeds, it's likely to be quite costly and then not really interesting for you anymore to make the briquettes. And knowing that, when we made the business case for it, maybe you could argue that it's better to make compost in the end, because you use less land, you produce a lot, and you don't need the sun. Regarding our final product, mango butter, the one thing to know about this is that actually mango butter opportunity was born out of a trend, right? So the cosmetic industry is all about trends. But what's fashionable one year can become unpopular the next. So the question is is this a trend? Is this a fad? Because we don't know yet actually whether mango butter will be a basic ingredient in the year to come in the cosmetic industry. So one strategy to consider might be to set up an oils business that supplies mango butter rather than a mango butter business, which might be a bit too risky. So finally, insight 17, as with briquettes, how are you going to dry the seeds? Because mango seeds are quite small. When they dry, they are quite light. And then only a small part of it can actually be extracted as oil. So you need to think, do you have enough volume of seeds in the end that you can dry? Because again, you need to dry them some way. And will it give you enough volume to have a satisfactory amount of mango butter in the end? So that concludes our 17 insights from the mango sector study. I hope you learned some things, and obviously this is just the tip of the iceberg from what is in the study. So if you want more concrete information, numbers, costs, all of this is in the chapter. So I really invite you to go check it out. I will now give the mic again to Denis to monitor the Q&A session. Please do not hesitate to write things in the discussion or to raise your hand to ask questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Alexandra, for this very interesting presentation in two parts, which is give some insights and an idea of to our participants, maybe to go in both ways or to go in one ways, depending your strategy. Now we are going to the Q&A. I try to see. Yes, we had some questions at the beginning. Yes, we have these some questions during before to give you the floor. Before when you subscribe with some of you send some questions. There is a questions from Sierra Leone, for instance, saying that there is a high production there, and you have a lot of waste there, and there is no ways to preserve them. You have different varieties, and you have also this a big threat, which is the fruit flies, and also what about the rains? And for that, I think there is things to do. Is first of all to refer to a good practice guides and training that COLEAD is offering to our partners and the beneficiaries. And for that, I encourage you to go on our website and make a request for having a technical support. And of course, this could be answer to your questions. And of course, this presentation gives you an idea of maybe how to use this mango waste. There is another questions about this mango processing is a profitable business. We encourage you to go on the website, to go on the study, and you will see some tables, comparative tables with different chapters showing the cost of the technology, for instance, the volume of mango necessary, and the break-even points, and some more information about the profitability of the different mango products. These could answer to your questions. Yeah, there is another questions. Okay, you have someone raise his hand. Let me go back to. Yes, Mr. Olufemi, please go ahead and ask your questions.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Akimola Olufemi from Nigeria. Since 2013, we've been marketing dry fruits, and we've been having a lot of issues with our suppliers from Ghana. And I think at 2016, 2017, it was.
Hello? Sorry, we have some problems to hear you. Yeah. Is that bit? Yeah, we have some difficulties to hear you, and we have some technical problems. The connection is not so good.
We could not have an understanding because they came to and hello, can you hear me?
It's better now. Could you please? We were at 2016. Sorry for that.
Okay, so about 2016, they came to inspect, some of where because the idea was we wanted their factory to actually come down to Nigeria because it was situated in Ghana. So when they came to do inspection, they only went to a part of Nigeria where they grow mango, but not as much as other parts where we have higher volumes of mango. And they took their decision not to, progress with, progress with bringing their factories down to Nigeria. And that's how that particular relationship ended. Now, this is 2023. I'd gone ahead to, discover places, people who are already establishing, bigger factories for processing these mangoes. And we're actually looking for markets where we can.
Sorry again, you are looking for markets, but we lose you. We lost you. Sorry. Hello.
Ship our product to.
Could you please? We lost you. Sorry, we lost you. Sorry, we lost you. You mentioned that you find factories, bigger factory, and
Yes, we found bigger factories that are under construction.
yeah.
By first quarter of next year, they should actually produce dry mango. So we are looking for markets where we could actually sell our dry mangoes. So I'm really looking out for opportunities for people out there who might have need for our products. And that's my question. Because I heard Alexandra say there's a market for it, the challenge of filling the containers. But if we can have, you know, a if you can have a prospective, customer or a prospective demand, we can work out something to fill up a container or to meet up their demand should not be a problem.
Okay, thank you very much for your
Thank you.
for your presentation and your proposal. Are you just a question? Did you try to find out an outlet on your proper market in Nigeria, but also in the region as well, instead to export? I think you are open. It's not only to international market outside of Africa.
Okay, so that's exactly our focus for now. We would concentrate on our Nigerian market because it is
Okay.
ripe. Yes, and the demand is high. Our supermarkets, a lot of people are loving it. It's a good snack, and a lot of people are beginning to see some of those benefits. Yes, that's where we're going to start from. And what we are looking out for is alternatives to our local markets.
Yeah. What I invite you is, I suggest you is to contact us and send an email to us at network@colead.link and make a sort of a sum up of your request, and we will contact you and see how we can exchange on your and give you maybe some support. And
Okay.
yeah, and
That email,
contact us. Yeah, network
I'll
at COLEAD.link.
I'll get it from. Come again.
We will put it on the chat.
Thank you.
We will
Thank
put
you
the
very
address
much.
on the chat. Yeah, you're welcome. We have other questions. Mr. Asali, please, you have the floor.
Yes. My question is regarding the IQF mangoes. I was wondering regarding the investment cost. Is 1.1 million like the cheapest one you guys have found in your studies, or it's just the average price?
It's up to 1.1, so it's not the cheapest one.
Okay. And okay. So do you have what is the cheapest price that you guys have found in your study?
I would invite you to look it up in the report, because unfortunately I don't know it by heart. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay. So do you guys have any suppliers that can help on it?
Yeah, I mean, you mean suppliers of what? Of equipment or?
Yes, suppliers of equipment.
Yeah, I mean, this
Okay.
we can indicate you some contacts. Yes, please again contact us. And
okay.
Yes, and we will answer to you.
That's good. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for your questions, Mr. Seguri. You have the floor. Thank you for your participation. Mr. Seguri, do you hear me?
Yeah, hello, I can hear you.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah. So my name is Mark Seguri. I'm in Ghana. I'm from Ghana and a mango farmer. I want to venture into mango leaves for like exports. So if you can link me to, I just joined the program. So if you can link me to maybe companies outside the country that I can supply them the mango leaves.
You mean mango leaves?
Mango leaves.
Yeah.
Dried mango leaves.
What are you doing with mango leaves? He said, my first time I heard that.
Okay. So outside the country, a lot of them use them to do green teas.
Okay, right. Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, this is another market, another way to to use mango, I would say,
Yes.
but it's not mango fruits, but is a part of the trees, you see. But
Yes.
it's interesting. I mean, again, this is you please send us your questions to, and we will see, because this is another market. You see, it's a more dry herbs or tea.
Yes.
As you know, it's a very competitive market, and but it's innovative. But we need to know a bit more about your products, and but please contact us, and we will answer to you.
I'll do that. But I'm doing purely organic, so.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Please. Yeah. Mention it. Okay.
Okay. I'll do that. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Right.
Do we have other question? It seems not. Let me see. Otherwise, we will.
Maybe with the time we can conclude.
We can conclude, I think, yes, because we. Thank you very much for your attention, your participation, your questions. Of course, all these answers will be put on the with the presentation. We will send a slide with all the questions and answers that we gave during this seminar. And if you have other questions afterwards, please send us by email. Okay, the upcoming webinars will be in November next. Will be on the trade fairs. We will present you a return on lesson learned. I would say lesson learned on the trade fairs and the experience that we had. COLEAD had during the previous years and these years, of course. And this will be presented on 28th of November for the English-speaking people, and on 29th of November for the French-speaking people. If you have French friends, or a connection with companies who are speaking French, please let them know. And yes, Mamadou Sese. Yeah, and please let them know, and they will contact us for. And be aware and be in contact with COLEAD. We will make an information to you by email in the coming weeks. Otherwise, I would like to. This is the end of our session, and please be in contact with us through our social network and also through our website. We are producing. We are publishing events and news. And also thank you again for your participation, and we hope to see many of you again in the future sessions. Have a good day and a good afternoon and a good evening, and see you next time.